everybody? It's the homie Truth Teller, the street reporter. And as you can see, we live in Times Square, New York right now. Before I start this off, I want to say I made a mistake in a video earlier when we went to Columbus, Ohio. I heard about the story Bugs the Bandit when I was out there talking to a lot of people, just trying to get a feel of what's going on, because a lot of people was telling me it's getting violent out there. I rushed into the story because I was so captivated, and I made a mistake and spoke as if Bugs the Bandit was a man when I was actually a lady, a dope-ass lady too. So I want to say long live Bugs the Bandit, and I'm sorry about that mistake I made. Pretty dope artist. You guys get a chance, go check out her music, man. I hate what happened to that young lady. But as you can see, we're here in Times Square in New York. I've been hearing a lot of Woo, Chew, BDK, Crip, GS9, all kind of shit. So I understand that the gangs are everywhere. I wanted to take you guys in the neighborhood, ride around the hoods and bail out, go to some of these places. But I took my kids with me on this trip. I couldn't put them in danger like that, so we just had to stay in like the areas like this, you know what I'm saying? But in my next videos, I'm gonna make sure we go in the hood, okay? But I noticed a lot of shit crazy. A lot of people was asking me about a guy by the name of Nick Blixky. To be honest with you, I think he was a dope artist. But I want to be honest with you, I think the drill might have ended up playing a part in this guy death. Now, I'm not saying the way he is and that street shit he was on didn't play a part. I'm just saying I kind of think that it might have played a part because when you really think about this shit, the streets are starting to take reality. You know, killing people that became trendy now. The shit is fashionable, which is kind of dangerous. The police found Nick Blixky on the road at like 9:30 at night with a couple shots to his body. This actually happened, I believe, on Winthrop Street, right like in front of Prospect Gardens, right there in Brooklyn. They rushed him to the hospital. I believe Kingston Hospital. He wasn't able to survive. They couldn't save his life there. He ended up losing his life due to the gun violence. I remember when Pop Smoke died, there was a lot of chit-chat and laughing and all kind of joking shit on the internet between like Nick Blixky, Clamp, like Pop Smoke and them, GS9 and other people. They were laughing and all kind of shit. Kind of remind me of a lot of what's going on in Chicago. It seemed like this shit is reaching everywhere. One thing I noticed about a lot of these guys is that, think about it, these guys write verses, they get a beat, put it on YouTube, get promotion. They sound like entrepreneurs to me, but I don't think they have the right guidance. They end up losing their life. You see a place like this look amazing, as you can see, Cameron. All in the big places, okay? Now the reason why I'm doing the vlog right here is because I want you to understand that everybody from Chicago don't mean you gotta be like that. And I don't want to just single-handedly pinpoint Chicago because it's everywhere. But I know in Chicago, a lot of people feel like the streets is the last straw. Well, I got an example of you of a guy who wasn't the last straw. A guy by the name of DRose, DRose, the basketball player. He come from the same struggle as a lot of us. DRose come from that Inglewood community. I don't know what people might have told you that he wasn't really in that shit. He was in that shit. Now, I don't know if he was out here killing people and taking lives, but he was clearly out here. He was active. There's pictures of him on the internet throwing up GD, throwing up gang signs. He was in that shit. He had a whole bunch of brothers. He lived in a house with a whole bunch of guys. They were involved in that street activity, but basketball in school kept DRose to a clear path. As you can see, right here, okay, you see like the little M&Ms and the eyes and shit. Now, if you look up, you see like a poster right there. I think that's a lady right there on that poster. If you look all the way up to the top, DRose got a crib up there. Now, he got cribs in plenty of places like Trump Tower and other places, but he has a house right up there, okay? DRose can do that shit, you can do that shit, and he come from that shit. It's rumors that DRose paid for Lil JoJo funeral. That's the guy who ended up losing his life due to gun violence, who was engaged in a war with Chief Keef, part of the Brick Squad, who many people believe his death started the BDK movement. Well, the guy who lives in that building paid for his funeral. It's not a rumor. DRose paid for JoJo's funeral because he know what it's like to be JoJo. You know what I'm saying? He know what it's like to be a young kid in the hood who don't have things, who fucked up, and the streets influenced them. I tell people this shit here. If you don't be careful, that drill music will raise your kids. That drill music will teach your kids how to talk to women. Hey, bitch, come here. You be damn with that drill music and how you doing all kind of things. It'll teach you how to react to people. That drill music does all kind of things. So if you're not careful, that drill music will raise your kid. And I tell people this, you have to be very careful of what's going on. It seemed like a good place out here when I come out here. I get that feel. If feels real good. But at the same time, the violence is just catching up. I want you guys to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got a special video I'm gonna give you guys later on. But you gotta subscribe to my YouTube channel. I appreciate the love. It's the homie truth.